Welcome to Joe's Atmosfere.
Cook your shrimp, please. All of a sudden, my shrimp pan is burning up like a smoke fest.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. It's time for State of the Atmosphere, your weekly dose of pop culture, movies, shows, and games. I am joined, as usual, by my good friend Joss Wolfen. What's going on, man? How you doing?
Well, no, doing good. Doing good.
Yeah, looked like the grandkids were doing good pre-show too.
Yeah, they were.
Running around like maniacs. Knock, how are you, my friend? How you doing? And
Hello. Yeah, I'm just too lazy to put up my camera, the new camera that I got, but eventually I will.
You're probably like me. You forget about that stuff till right before you're going to do this.
Yeah,
right?
pretty much. Yeah,
That's it. Yeah, you got other priorities in life. That's just the way it goes, man. Well, I want to welcome everybody aboard, and wish you a good week. It's Hump Day. We're going to check out everything.
This week has taken forever.
Yeah, it's
God, longest week ever. It's only halfway.
It has been a long week.
At least it's more than halfway through it, so that's okay. And
yeah,
this
it's
week
more than
I have Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday off. So
really, why is that, man?
Well, you got Juneteenth, which is a federal holiday now.
So is it?
It absolutely is. Yeah, it's the most recent addition to the federal holidays.
Gotcha.
So, and then I'm going to take that Wednesday and Friday off. So I will have a pretty nice little 5-day weekend there.
Oh, well, very good, man. That's
Yes,
awesome.
sir.
That's awesome.
Might even join you for the Tuesday night show.
Hey, man, that'd be cool. The Tuesday night show?
Right? You do that. That's the Mass Effect night, right?
Mass Effect is Monday now.
Monday.
Yeah. I can't do it on Tuesday anymore. Because I'd be up too late and my mother's sleeping right next door. But anyway, it's good to see everybody. I do want to do a better job of promoting myself, so I'm gonna start the show by letting you guys know about some stuff that I want you to take a look at. First of all, I always want you to go by joesatmosfere.com and check that place out. You can see a history about me, and eventually, if it loads, there's a video that plays up there.
It's a really great one. Source, trust me, bro.
It's the Ring of Death. But anyway, you can see all kinds of stuff about me, my schedule for streaming, and the upcoming marketplace for when I get the comic book together and stuff. And you can always go to the Pencil Sketch Portrait section, and it'll take you straight to my email address so you can get a hold of me to get a portrait done. So you guys stop by joesatmosfere.com and check that out. And I hope one of these days that it will stop giving you just a ring. There it goes. Yeah. I think it was just sitting in park too long. But anyway, it's just the trailer from my YouTube channel. But anyway, go by joesatmosfere.com. Also, if you want to support the channel, you can go to Subscribestar. We've got thunderstorms tonight, so that's probably why my internet's acting up a little bit. It's not showing everything right away. But you can check out all the behind-the-scenes stuff. Here we go. Maybe the refresh button will help it.
Oh, I'm ready for that pregame.
Yeah, I know you are. Pregame party. Yes. It's coming.
I watched the UFL conference championships this last weekend.
Yeah.
The UFL championship is this Saturday. And
is it?
I watched a little bit of that. So
Is
I'm gonna watch.
Birmingham in it again?
No, they actually lost. They lost this in the championship to Michigan Panthers, and the DC Defenders are in the
Really?
championship. Yeah.
Wow. So
I'm
I'm
gonna root
sure
for
you're
them.
pulling for DC, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Shoot, you should get a ticket and go see it, man. But anyway, you can check out my artwork. Everything I've been doing on the Privateers on here, and you can check that. The artwork is $5 to look at, and I mean that includes all the portraits I've done and stuff on it. You know, the family portrait and everything, and you can read the written word for $1. So and it's got all the origin stories of the characters and all that stuff. So just
we got a link to that.
Yeah, I can give you a link to it. Boom, boom, boom. It's subscribe to. Yeah, my guy is not here tonight.
Vince, I noticed. I thought it would have
here,
been
so
shown
the
there
links
like 50
aren't
times
going
already.
out, right? But anyway, there it is in the chat. That's the subscribe star one. And also, I want you to give us a subscribe over on the YouTube channel, on the Rumble channel, the Twitch channel, and the Kick channel. I can't believe I've got 20 followers on Kick and I'm not even trying. You know what I mean? That's weird. Yeah. Apparently a lot of people are starting to watch this. Gary was streaming live on there today. But anyway, also follow me on X for announcements about the show and everything, and on Facebook.
Hey, apparently you're live right now.
Yeah, I'm live over on X. Yes, I am. It's good to see everybody. But anyway, I just want to get in the habit of, I've got to get better at promoting myself and my stuff. So if you guys need that special gift for somebody, Das Wolfen's got one. He can attest to the fact I'm pretty good at it. So,
it looks great.
Did you get it framed yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
We're waiting until we have a smaller household.
Oh, I got you. Okay. Very cool. All right. But anyway, you guys definitely support the channel and go check that stuff out. All right. It is time to get started tonight. And you know how we always start? We start with the pop culture update, boys and girls. It is time to get on it.
Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go.
And as usual, we're going to start with the box office receipts. I'm a little bit better prepared this week. Last week, I was not prepared at all.
I shit the bed.
I shit the bed big time last week.
You sharted all over the place.
But,
all over the wall, all over the ceiling, just everywhere.
It's not that bad.
Love that
but
scene.
I did, man. I blew it because that was the first show of June, or actually, yeah, it was the first show of June. Just that one threw me off because June 1st was on the weekend that was actually the last weekend in May, so it kind of messed me up. We should have done it the week before. I don't know why we didn't. I think there was a reason why, but I can't remember. But anyway, Lilo and Stitch still raking it in, $32 million. I'm pretty sure this is a lock to make $1 billion, guys. I really think it will before the summer's over with. The kids are going to be wanting to go see this a lot. John, go ahead.
I think you're sorry. I'm so sorry. I think the problem is what's coming up this weekend. So I think that's going to be
and we're going to talk about that here in a minute. From the world of John Wick, Ballerina comes in with 24 million. This I don't know if it was under performed or what. But I think that's normal for a John Wick film. So
maybe for John Wick 4, but John Wick 1
I don't know about this.
Yeah. John Wick 1 and 2 did like 70-80 million first opening weekend.
Really? The first one did?
I feel like John Wick is pretty beloved.
Yeah, it is. But I'm just saying, I don't think out the gate it did that. I don't think it did that. Go ahead and look it up, John. I think it definitely made a lot of money, but I don't think it did that.
It's definitely the lowest of the John Wicks.
Right, because after that, they started making tons of bread. Yeah, that one was kind of a word-of-mouth movie, kind of like Sinners. You know what I mean? I don't think it made a whole lot of money out the gate. But Ballerina clocks in with 24 million. Then we got Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning, still in the double digits, but it's definitely not going to make its mark, I don't think.
I think now that it's done, I'm going to watch the marathon.
Oh, yeah. There you go. There you go, man. There you go. And look, it's a fun series, if you ask me. The low points for me are number 2 and number 3. The high points, of course, the original I love. But I'd have to say the one right before these last the Reckoning movies, the one with Henry Cavill in it, was really, really good, man. I think it's called Fallout is the name of it. And yeah, it was pretty good. What you got there, John?
I was wrong. 4 did the most.
Yeah.
This did under the first movie. So the first movie only did 30 or no, the first movie did 14. The second movie did 30. Mm-hmm. But the first movie caught fire word of mouth. But it only
exactly. That's what I was trying to say. That's what I thought.
Yeah. John Wick was definitely one that grew for sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It definitely got the good word of mouth because look, it's really defined action movies for the last decade. Really has. The way they shoot it and everything. I mean, you watch action movies now; they're a lot more brutal because of John Wick. You know what I'm saying?
And listen, you're always going to get the sympathetic vote when you murder a puppy.
When you murder a dog, that's your ass, man.
Even
but
the bad
not
guy
just anybody's dog, the Baba Yaga. I mean, come on, the boogeyman's dog. Come on, man. What are you doing? What are you, stupid? But anyway, Mission Impossible. It's still hanging in there, but I just don't think it's going to make its mark. It needs to make a lot of money. Karate Kid Legends is down to 8 million, and Final Destination is hanging on to that bottom rung, man. It is continuing to make money.
I do think I want to try to see Karate Kid this weekend. I may try to do that.
Yeah.
Along with How to Train Your Dragon. Do a double feature.
Speaking of How to Train Your Dragon, that is what's coming up this weekend, and they think this one is going to get the top spot with 75 million, apparently, is what they're projecting. Like I said, these guys can speak to it more than I can because I've never seen any of these movies. So, but I do know that they're beloved. I think it's a Viking bunch that's trying to kill them off or something like that.
Initially, yes.
And the son makes friends with one. Yeah,
it's very much let's go after. In the after that, like these particular group of Vikings are all for them. So this is definitely entry into that. So I'm all for it. I'm a new fan to it for sure. I only watched all 3. And it's funny. The only reason I got into this series, like I actually watched it, was because I got the video game How to Train Your Dragon for PS4 for 3 cents.
Oh wow!
And I was like, before I play the game, let me watch the series. And and this is like I don't know 3 or 4 years ago. Ended up really enjoying it. So yeah, I'm a new fan for sure.
John, are you a fan of this series or?
Oh yeah.
It's dragons. I love dragons too. Yeah. Sorry, John.
No, that's fine. It was a Viking thing. I went because it was Vikings.
That too.
Mm-hmm.
And that was I've seen them all in the theater now. So
yeah. Well, I don't know if they all reprise the roles or how many of the cast do, but I do know Gerard Butler is in this as the father in both the animated and this one, right?
New. I think most of them are new for sure.
Yeah. I think he's the only one reprising his role because he's the only one, I guess, that's able to.
Yeah, right. I mean, well, that and he's got a pretty iconic voice. You recognize him. Everybody knows what this is. Sparta
he can play that
like.
Character live and animated. So
right, sure. Exactly. He's got the chops for it, right? Yeah. But anyway, that's what's coming at the theater, man. Look forward to that. You fans of How to Train Your Dragon, and enjoy yourselves with that. We've had some sad news. Was it yesterday? I think this broke, or was it today? I think it was earlier today, right?
Yeah, it was early today.
Brian Wilson, the heart and soul of the Beach Boys, dies at 82. I think they say it right here. The death of the poet laureate of adolescent heartbreak was announced by his family on Wednesday. We are at a loss for words right now. Yeah, this guy, he was the songwriter for him, wasn't he, John? And yeah. Everybody knows Beach Boys music. Even Knock knows his young person self knows this band, I'm sure, from his parents. But yeah, that's beach music, man. And I'm a beach bum at heart. If I have my way, I'm retiring on a beach somewhere. And love their music. It's I think the last big hit they had was for the movie Cocktail with Tom Cruise. It was called Kokomo, if you remember that one. So yeah, man. Death of a giant in the music industry. Brian Wilson gone at 82. Anything else you guys want to say about it?
Yeah, there's a reason why they call it the Beach Boy sound.
Yeah.
You know, they pretty, even though there's a lot of beach inspired bands, certain, you had like the Surfer Break Off, that, the surfer music's a little different.
Yeah.
But that this is the prototypical boy band.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, there were other, you had like the Motown boy band type things, but this was the mold which the boy bands were formed.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Knock. Do you have any favorite songs by them?
No, I'm sure Kokomo was probably the biggest one I know.
Mm-hmm.
I do remember that growing up, because now I lived on Camp Pendleton.
Yeah.
When I was younger, so that's literally the camp on the beach. We went to the beach all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So that we always had the beach theme going.
Yeah,
so, for sure.
Surfing USA is my favorite song.
Yeah, Surfing USA. I heard that all the time growing up.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. So yeah, I definitely remember some songs.
Yep, he will be missed, boys and girls.
Yeah.
I mean, he hasn't made music for a long time, but his imprint on rock and roll and popular music and all of that is undeniable, no doubt. Brian Wilson gone at 82. Next up, this one just won't go away, but apparently half of it's going to go away. Justin Baldino's lawsuit against Blake Lively has been dismissed by a federal judge. So his countersuit that he put up against her has been knocked down. So I'm a
little curious. So did they say why? Because I have seen this headline for sure, but I never got a reason like why.
Well, let's see what the judge said. Let's see what he said. In a motion, Judge Lewis J. Linman dismissed Baldoni's $400 million countersuit against Lively, her husband Ryan Reynolds, and the couple's publicist Leslie Sloan, as well as okay, hang on, let's see. The alleged facts indicate that the Times reviewed the available evidence and reported, perhaps in dramatized manner, what it believed to have happened. The opinion said the Times had no obvious motive for to favor Lively's version of events.
Right.
So
isn't that the point? Like that's what doesn't make sense to me, right? This is Baldoni's lawsuit. It doesn't matter what Lively's side says, right? It's what Baldoni's side says.
Yeah.
So that article doesn't make sense to me, where it's like, well, the evidence shows that Lively's side of the events doesn't, compute. Okay, well that's not the lawsuit. It's Baldoni's side.
Right. Yeah.
That's the side that matters. So that doesn't.
So
make sense.
we'll have to keep an eye on it and see what's up with it. But yeah, I wish this whole thing would just go away. It makes no sense to me. I mean,
I just want more Deadpool. I mean, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, me too. Can we have some more Deadpool?
This is, Joe. This is like the off season for the NFL, right? Where the NFL players get into trouble, and then the NFL season starts, and none of it matters.
And then it's like,
let's fucking go. Let's fucking go.
That's right.
Exactly. Yes.
Hope springs eternal for every team. Yes, absolutely. Except for the Cincinnati Bengals, because they don't know what the hell they're doing.
Well, more like they're lying, but yes.
Let's see we've had some people come in here. Let's see. We've got Low Spec, the Penguin Masters in house. What's going on, man? And we've got Martin Acosta Santana. He says, greetings and my excellent friends. It's good to see you, man. Good to see you. And he says, hello, Joe. He's trying to He's trying to get me to talk like
What's up, low
Yuki
spec?
Dog. Yeah, man. Low spec. He's always cool. Always cool. If you guys don't follow his channel, he plays some great retro games. I didn't even know that Mysteries of the Sith was a game. I had no clue what that was until I saw him playing it one night. But anyway, let's get back to the pop culture update real quick. I always like to, whenever I can talk about wrestling on this show, I do it. Billy Corgan's National Wrestling Alliance strikes streaming deal with Roku. So that's a big step up for them because really they've just done pay-per-views and been in small markets around where they do the filmings at. But that belt you see right there is one of the most iconic belts in wrestling history. Before the WWE, that was the measuring stick right there. The National Wrestling Alliance, 10 pounds of gold. And let me tell you, it's good to see them. They're going to get some eyes on it on the Roku channel. So that's fantastic. I love it.
The U.S. Championship was pretty iconic too.
What's that now?
The red belt, the U.S.
Yeah, the U.S. title. Yeah, absolutely, man. The U.S. Championship's pretty iconic too. But Billy Corgan has saved this organization, man. When he bought it, he automatically put. He got. Oh God, he's with WWE now. He's one of my favorite wrestlers. He's married to Mickie James. I can't remember his name. They call him the National Treasure. I can't remember his name, but he had a great run as the 10 pounds of gold holder. As a matter of fact, Cody Rhodes at that all independent show, all in that started AEW, went up against this guy and beat him for the belt. The same belt his father had won back in the day. God, what is that guy's name? It's going to drive me nuts now. One of you guys in the chat looked that up for me. Kay, how you doing? It's good to see you. But anyway, NWA going to be on Roku, so I'm going to have to check out some of their premiere shows and see how they look. And by the way, if you've never watched NWA, their product is just like the old territory days. They have a small studio audience. It looks like one of the Mid-South wrestling things. Go ahead.
Nick Aldis,
that's it. I was having a senior moment. I love the guy. He's awesome. And he's actually the manager of SmackDown right now. I wish he'd go back to wrestling. I don't know why they got him as a manager. He's a great wrestler. And he was on TNA at the time when Billy Corgan bought the NWA, and he brought in Nick Aldis right away. He was one of his favorite wrestlers, and he had a great run. As a matter of fact, the last DVD that I bought of NWA had Nick Aldis and the 10 pounds of gold featured on it. And he did everything. I mean, he there's actually an interview he did with Harley Race, the guy that got me into wrestling. When I was a kid, they had the wrestling magazines where they'd show you black and white pictures of what went on. And every time they were all bloodied up, man. And I remember what got me into it was a wrestling magazine of Harley Race fighting Ric Flair for the 10 pounds of gold. That's how long Ric Flair's been around. But anyway, good to see Billy Corgan's making some strides with NWA. They've got a broadcast partner, and that's good to see. That's always good to see with good promotions. Next up, boy, I tell you what, man, I have seen more Harry Potter news in the trades about the casting of this show. If they do this right, guys, it's going to rival Game of Thrones, don't you think? I mean, there's a lot of interest for this show.
I don't think they're going to do it right.
I don't know about that.
Well, okay.
Only because Joe. The only reason I say not is because Game of Thrones we didn't know. Well, other than the people that have read the books, you didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah,
and so I think enough people have read the Harry Potter and of course seen the movies that the TV show is not going to have that suspense of, is Jon Snow going to come back alive?
Right.
That was a massive summer. I remember working on Walmart during that time, and it was like I was having talks with customers about it. Like it was
right.
So.
Yeah, Game of Thrones may be the last water cooler show, where people talked about it every day. Yeah,
for sure. My favorite thing about the Game of Thrones is watching people's reaction to the Red Wedding because I knew it was coming.
Oh yeah, I don't watch reaction videos. there was 2 reaction videos that I've watched in the history of reaction videos. It's that one, the Red Wedding, and it's the Darth Vader in the first not Jedi Survivor, the first Jedi Fallen Order game.
Yeah.
When Darth Vader comes out, those are the only 2 reaction videos I ever watched, and
because you had no clue you're gonna run into it.
It's so epip.
It's just bam, here's Vader. What? And he kicks everybody's ass. That's just
as it should be. I mean, that's what he did in Rogue One, right? He just came in and whomped everybody's ass at the end of that movie. That's the way it should be. Look, real quick, guys, we have to acknowledge the arrival of the guy.
There are some who call me Tim.
Tim is quoting Blazing Saddles. He says, "Excuse me while I whip this out." And Juliet is here from across the pond. What's going on, young lady? Good to see you. I think we can agree that Game of Thrones was the last true water cooler television show. You know what I mean?
I feel like Fallout could obtain that.
You think in its second season it could do that?
I think so, because we don't necessarily know what's going to happen in it. We know where it's going to take place, but we don't know what's going to happen there.
Yeah, that's true. And we also got Jason Fox in the background. What's going on, man?
Buddy.
Hello, everybody. How are y'all?
I'm doing good. Fantastic, brother. How's things in Norway?
I'm doing pretty okay-ish, other than the politics.
Oh, I don't even want to talk about politics.
We know what you mean, bro. We know what you mean.
From politics, right here. This is supposed to be. But yeah, it's good to see you, Jason. I hope you weren't back there long.
No, I basically just came in, so
I've been falling for 30 minutes.
That's where you been, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and we reported on that earlier, buddy. Yeah, we talked to Brian Wilson already, but yeah, he's definitely going to be missed. Definitely. Let's see. Martin says that's what I say. Only show Vader if he's going to win. If you show him to make him lose, it demeans his threat level. Yeah, absolutely.
Which is kind of what they did with Kenobi, right? Like they kind of made him a bitch,
I suppose. I've never watched Kenobi, so
don't waste your time. Man.
I'm not going to. Okay? I'm not going to. The 2 Star Wars I have not watched are every episode except for episode 1 of Book of Boba Fett, but from what Nock tells me, I need to watch a couple of them near the end there because they're actually
the last couple
Mandalorian episodes. But Kenobi, I have not watched any of it.
The only one I haven't watched, The Acolyte.
Really? You didn't watch The Acolyte?
No.
Come on, man. He saves life, man. Come on, dude.
Acolyte was like a train wreck. I kept wanting to see if they were going to be able to friggin' save it. And it was just...
Yeah. For me, it was the Grand Admiral Thrawn factor. That's my favorite villain. I mean, not really a villain, but kind of a villain in all of Star Wars.
Yeah.
So I had to watch it for him. I have been pumped for him since, I don't know, what was it, season 2 of Mandalorian when they first mentioned his name.
Hey,
and it
Thrawn's in the Acolyte?
It flew over his so many people. Oh yeah, he's in there.
He's in there.
Because they go find Ezra. They go find Ezra Bridger.
Now I gotta go watch The Acolyte.
Yeah, you absolutely
Damn
do,
it.
John. You definitely do, John. Because
I'm a big fan of the characters from Rebels.
Rebels, yes. It's Rebels. It's the next season of Rebels, John. Think of Acolyte as the next season of Rebels. That's all it is.
Wow.
You get Hera. I think, is Chopper in it? I don't know. I can't remember.
You're not talking Ahsoka now, are you? You're not getting those two confused, are you?
That's what I'm referring to as Ahsoka.
Oh, I thought we were talking about The Acolyte. No,
we were talking about The Acolyte. Knock had a senior moment.
I'm so sorry. Listen,
Knock had a senior moment.
Yes, I'm so sorry. Acolyte, yeah. I was literally, you said Acolyte, I heard Ahsoka. I swear to God.
No
I'm so
acolyte,
sorry. I'm
man.
so sorry. You know, you
Kid,
can live
Kid
without.
Mundi was in it, you know.
You're right.
Alright.
I'm sorry.
Kid
I'm
Mundi,
sorry,
yeah.
sorry, everybody.
So they just you
I
know
forgot
destroyed
all
his
about
species and
Ahsoka
everything.
or
Yeah.
Acolyte. I forgot that existed.
You know that
almost
Kid
go
Mundi
ahead.
is the biggest liar in Star Wars because you know everything that happened in Acolyte, he pretended never happened in the Phantom Menace and the rest of the
yeah, I forgot
prequels.
it existed. Yeah.
Yeah, he just kept quiet all the time.
I will. The only thing I'll say for the Acolyte was the fight scenes were pretty decent. That's
Yeah, the
about
fight
it.
scenes are pretty decent. Some of them
They're
were a
pretty
little
decent, especially with
stupid,
the bad
but
guy. You
Mm-hmm.
know, doing that triple stab thing. That was fucking awesome. But other than that, no. Story wise, it was pretty garbage.
Soul Assassin says water cooler show. I think Mobland's the recent one. Everyone I talked to loved the show. I have not seen it.
me neither yet. Me
And
neither.
I have to tell you why I haven't watched it yet. It's got a bunch of old folks in it, and that's what kind of turned me off of it. I'm tired of watching these guys, just retread these actors through stuff. But the word of mouth is good on it. Everybody's talking about it. So, I mean, I might.
Tulsa
Yeah, I heard a lot of
King,
good
Old
stuff
Man,
about it.
Yep. So,
like
Go ahead.
Tulsa King and the Old Man. They're these older
I
actors
actually
that are
enjoyed
great in it.
Tulsa King. I've actually
Yeah.
watched
Well,
the first couple seasons
I'm not
of
saying that it's a bad series. I'm just saying
No,
that
it's
retreaded.
very surface.
Yeah.
It's very
Yeah.
surface. There's not a lot of depth to Tulsa King.
no.
He wants to be like Sylvester Stallone wants to be like very deep in it, like he really tries to be, but he's completely surface.
Yeah. E. Clay Thomas says, no, don't do it. Talking about
I
the
won't.
Acolyte. Yeah, you don't need to waste any time with the Acolyte.
No, you could skip over that one. The
Yeah,
one
just go watch the fight scenes on YouTube. Let's see. They blow the chance to make Ezra look real awesome. Yeah, they
Yeah,
blew
they
the
did.
Yeah,
chance.
the
The
Ezra
Acolyte,
looking guy.
that was a little weird. Yeah, they did a little weird with him, but that's all right.
Yeah.
They
E.
made him
Clay
kind of a
says, Ma
hippie.
Bland is fantastic. And Tim says, you're one of the old folks. Joe. I know
That's
I'm one of
true.
the old folks.
That's true.
I
Yeah,
understand
that's
that,
true.
but I want
I'm
you
the
to watch
youngest
me,
here.
just not the rest of the old folks, okay?
All of you are old compared to me, so I feel young
How old are
and
you,
I don't
Jason?
know. I think
beautiful.
I think you and Knock are about the same age.
How
I
old are you,
think.
Jason?
I'm 29.
Oh,
you're the
okay.
oldest.
I was wrong about that.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's get
I'm a
to
little
this.
younger.
Yeah, I hear you. Look, the reason why we brought up water cooler shows.
Yeah, this is one
because
reason I want to come.
this one has the possibility of being just that, but like Knock was saying, it's going to be fans of the books that watch this. Really, I'm pretty sure. So,
But they are not respecting the source material as far as we've seen.
yeah. Well, we'll get into that here in a minute. They announced some more of the actors that are going to be in here. I don't know any of these guys. Do you guys know any of these dudes
No,
from anything?
I don't know.
I don't
High school.
recognize any of them. No.
Yeah, they've got their names here. You guys can check it out at Deadline. But
But
there's
I can give a fun fact though. At least the original Draco Malfoy actor is gonna play him again in the theater show. So that's
Is that
cool.
right?
He is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one
And
cool
he
thing.
looks pretty darn good. in that
Wow.
role.
He does.
Let's see. I thought Ezra was going to fight like Mace Windu in the Tartarsky Clone Wars.
I don't know what the
You guys would have to talk to him about that.
I don't know what that
anything
is.
about
Oh yeah, the
It's
original
Clone Wars.
Wars.
It's the Clone Wars movie, the first animated Clone Wars movie.
Yeah, made by the Samurai Jack
Oh,
guy.
the non-canon
Yeah.
one. Got it. Yeah, the no one,
Yeah.
no one cares about except for.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Gotcha.
was
Damn, Jason beat me by a year. I'm 30. Dang, Vikings and their aging slowly traits.
yes, we are. We are.
All right. So let's see. Mallory actor is the only one who stood with J.K. Rowling when everyone went against her.
Well, I will say for
Draco didn't either. Draco.
Yeah,
he didn't
Draco,
go after either.
Draco was like, "I'm grateful for the opportunities." Basically.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, because a reporter literally came up to him and asked him, "Hey, how do you feel about what's her face?" And he's like, "You know what? He created this character that I'm Tom Felton. I'm grateful for this.
That's why I
character
put this
that
up. Yeah,
I get to do this for the rest of my life, kind of thing.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah.
So
Well, he's grateful to her. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think a lot of them are.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm just putting these up here to show you guys. They've got tons of stories about them. Now, this one here about Papasidu may leave the Harry Potter series. Who will play Snape?
Someone who is white.
This came from Show Gamer, and
We need
it's a
someone who-
rumor right now, guys. We don't know this for sure. They haven't announced anything, but usually when there's smoke, there's fire, man. The Harry Potter fan sites are saying the same thing on Twitter, but the producer of the shows, J.K. Rowling, explains why she won't fire Harry Potter Snape actor. She basically says in this thing, I don't have the power to hire or fire people, which is bullshit. She's the producer. But
and not just that, I can add something here too. When it came to the theater show, she's the one who kind of also accepted that Hermione was black also and stuff like that. And then she came out and said she was never particularly white in the books or anything like that. But yes, she was. Like you talked about how you created her, how you envisioned her, and how she was described in the book, and you also had like old drawings of her. And so of course, J.K. Rowling is also on more of the left side. There's only one thing with politics that a lot of us agree on. We're not going to go to that, but that's about it. Other than that, she is more on the left side. So and
well, I think where all this is stemming from is because he signed a letter supporting transgender rights, and we all know how J.K. Rowling feels about that, and that's where I think all these rumors are coming from. I don't think it has anything to do with his race. I think that the aim of this was to actually transform that character in a different direction, which I think we can all agree is going to be tough to do. You better get a really good writer
if you
to
go
do
through
this.
the story, it's going to be really hard because if they're going to have him as a black person in the story, you're going to make the father of Harry Potter seem like the biggest racist on earth.
Right. And so, we'll see what happens.
About that before, I was like, you just got to be very careful with this one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
And how he's described in the books too, he's not the nicest guy, he's nice, but not that nice. Yeah.
He's a straight up bully.
Yeah. Right?
Exactly.
He has reasons, but still he's a bully.
But here's the thing. I wanted to cover that because to let people know this is just a rumor. But a lot of times when we see this smoke, the fire ends up breaking out. So
yeah, no, exactly.
We'll
no, I say, give him another role in the show who, is a person of color. We have other Harry Potter characters he could probably play, that are person of color. And let's get a better actor, for Snape, who's actually, I hate to say this to people out there, but he is a white character, and let him stay white and do the books a little bit more justice.
Yeah, you could have had Morgan Freeman play Dumbledore. I mean, shit.
Yeah, Dumbledore doesn't matter. Yeah, right. It doesn't matter what color.
But then they would be. Then they would. Hey, if they make Dumbledore black, then he's gonna be gay and black. The biggest diversity part ever.
Tim says she may have the power, but I bet the studio can overrule her. Well, yeah, HBO.
Yeah, that too, and also paycheck. If you think about business, paychecks and money. So,
Solar Assassin says, imagine they have a Snape actor for a few seasons, then suddenly change him for a white actor. Who they gonna explain that one with politics?
Well,
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Personally, I think this series is DOA, and I'll tell you why. I think they're gonna girl boss Hermione.
Wow.
Well, with the current times of movies and TV shows, you have a good point. That's the thing. We see it a lot of times. So
it's true. But here's my thing. HBO has been one of the places that let the creatives do what they're going to do. And if J.K. Rowling is the main producer on it, I would imagine it's going to stick to the books as much as possible.
It's
so,
Harry Potter.
You understand what I'm saying? Look at their run on television. They have had not just Game of Thrones. Before that, the water cooler show was friggin' Sopranos coming out of that friggin' place. Everybody.
Rome is one of my favorite HBOs of all time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's been
they've
a
had a lot of
bunch of
good
them.
stuff. They have
True Blood was one that a lot of people watched. It wasn't quite water cooler status, but a lot of people watched that one too. They've usually done pretty well. John, if they do Girl Bosser, I really hope they don't, but I wouldn't expect that out of HBO. If you look at Last of Us, they're letting Neil Druckmann do what he wants to do, and it has drugged the show down already. So, I mean,
HBO is up and down. It has
yeah, they
a
are.
lot of good stuff. Some stuff that's not that good. Game of Thrones was good to a certain point, but
Everybody, we all know about the last season, man. But
they had-
I
yeah,
never
they
read
had
the
nothing to
books,
go off
so
of.
I don't have as big a problem with the last season as everybody else.
Oh,
The only thing I didn't
Deadwood.
like was, and it was true, the
they
blonde
rushed
chick.
it.
Well, they rushed it, but the thing I didn't like was the Dragon Queen. She
Went
lost her
crazy.
mind, and
Targaryen, yeah.
If only
No,
they had.
I
a
know it
frame-
fits, but I just didn't like it.
If
You
only
should
they had a
explain it
frame of
better.
reference.
Yeah.
Maybe if they had someone that had created this whole world,
right?
actually finished it.
Yeah,
If
finish
only
it.
then
Yeah.
someone had
maybe,
finished the story.
20
Yeah.
years later, maybe finished
Yeah.
it. They might have done something.
And one of the reasons they rushed it too is because they were going to do Star Wars, but later on, that fell off, and they were not going to do Star Wars anymore, and they made a little deal with Netflix instead.
Yeah.
Deadwood is a great show, by the way.
Yeah. By the way,
Yeah,
Soul
Deadwood,
Assassins reeling
Sopranos.
off some names here.
Penguin,
Rome,
yes,
Deadwood,
Penguin.
Sopranos. The
Awesome.
Penguin was awesome.
That chick in
Absolutely.
Penguins was crazy awesome.
Stars back in the day with Spartacus and Black
Oh,
Sails
yes.
and Ash.
Spartacus
He's
versus
an
the
original
Spartacus you
actor.
had to have a taste of, right? Because
Mhm.
you had to have it was very niche. You had to have a feel for it. Like, yeah, I don't know the way they threw insults in that one. You just had to enjoy it.
Yeah. And the first season was best and all that, but the actor died, so it was unfortunate. He didn't get to play.
Yeah,
rest
that's
of
why they
it,
did
yeah.
that prequel season afterwards.
Yeah.
It was really good. It was 6 episodes. I remember watching that, and
Yeah.
then they had the season 2.
And Black Sails was good too. Black Sails.
Black Sails, I
Oh,
started
Black Sails,
watching.
good.
It's been good so far. I started
I
watching.
have
Go ahead, John.
I have 3 words for Spartacus:
Okay.
Lucy, lawless, naked.
Whoa.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
That was
Yeah.
on Stars. Did you say, guys?
Was that Stars? Yes.
And also what I liked about Black Sails, one of my favorite parts of it is of course Blackbeard, who also was played by Ray Stevenson. Rest in
Oh, yeah.
peace.
He
was.
plays him in. Oh, I'm gonna have to keep watching it. Yes.
I like the I don't know what his name is, so please forget. He plays in that one. He was also in the 100.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know his name, but he's a
I know what
crazy
you.
good actor. He's a
what's-
crazy good actor. I wish I
Yeah,
knew.
yeah.
I could look him up, but he's really
Knock,
he's
you're a
good Black
fan of
Sails.
the 100, right? I never watched that one. But you like that one, huh?
Yes. It's
Yeah.
a great
Yeah,
one.
100 is fantastic.
Every once in a while, I got to do my teeny boppers. It's
Yeah,
definitely-
exactly. I agree with Knock there. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
Toby Stevens.
what is
Toby-
it now? What'd you say? Is that the
Toby
actor's name?
Stevens.
Toby
Stevens?
Stevens.
Okay.
Yeah, he's awesome. I love that guy. If he's in
Yeah,
anything, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right. Next up, we've got Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Death Watch. Fans go wild for the clips of Netflix animated series
Oh, that's so
At,
funny. 'Cause I
Initiate-
mentioned that some time ago.
as creative team detailed inspirations ranging from Michael Mann to Satoshi Kon to Tom
Yeah.
Cruise.
And I want to say this was somebody a lot of people forgot was going to come out because it was announced a long time ago, and we had a little just a little teaser, and people forgot about it, and
Mhm.
now finally it's coming back again though. But yeah, it can be interesting. We have to see, of course, but
My brother is a huge fan of the game. I know it's based on a Tom Clancy novel. I think that they had quite a few of these. I think I'm not sure. I can't really speak to that, but I do know the video game. My brother was he loved it. He thought it was just damn awesome.
yeah.
And
lot of those games.
hang on one second. I'm going to pull up. We're going to go ahead and try our sound mixing this time, guys, because we've had problems with with StreamYard's doing echo when we try and show things. We're going to try and
Really?
do this.
You have
Yeah.
problems with
Oh
it?
yeah, it's been going for a couple weeks.
Oof.
But I mean, everybody. It's not just me. John on his video. It has to do with sharing things on sharing your screen. There's something going on
Yeah,
with
and
StreamYard
that's
that's
the
making
problem I had
everything
with
echo.
EvenMux when I tried EvenMux also, and
Yeah.
it feels like
Well-
this is a new issue for a lot of these softwares.
Well, we're going to try this right here. We're going to try and show this one. If I can, I've got to share it correctly. One of the options you have is sharing a tab on Chrome. So that's what I'm going to do real fast and see if we can check out this animated series. Let's see what's going on with it. Let's see. Did I share it yet? Yes, it's up there. And it's not taking up the whole screen. I wonder what's up with that. That's weird. Wonder what's like that.
That's weird.
Crazy. Yeah, it is weird. I put it on full screen. Let me see if that'll help it. No. Well, let's play it and see what happens here. See if there's any echo. You guys listen. Can you guys hear that? It's not even playing on our screen, is it?
No,
No,
it's not
no,
playing
it's
on our
not.
screen.
All right. Let's try redoing it here. Stop. And we'll try it one more time. Live television, folks. You got to love it.
Weird.
Let's go join all the OnlyFans.
Okay. This looks like it'll do it. Here we go. Let's take a look at this and see what it looks like. Let me know if you can hear it.
Don't be afraid.
You can hear it.
We can hear it with no echo.
It's a good thing.
Yep. No echo.
Like with Netflix, animation and
Once you
stuff,
get used
it
to
can
the
be hit
shadows.
or miss. It really depends.
Yeah, it depends. I tell you, the one I liked was what was it? Oh God, guys, you know the one I'm talking about with Jinx in it.
Arcade.
Arcade.
Arcane.
Arcane, yeah,
Loved the
that
first season. I still haven't finished the second season.
No, first season was peak. Second
Yeah.
season, there is a good
First
ending.
season is
but
good.
first season-
Second is bleh.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay, let's see.
You see bad people for who they really are.
You son of a bitch.
And they'll never
Good
see you
actor,
coming
too.
for them.
Wait.
Good actor too,
It isn't. I thought Michael Ironside was this guy's voice in the
Oh.
games.
Yeah, in the games, but
Yeah.
in the show, it's
Not for
I
this.
believe.
I don't know anything about Splinter Cell.
Dan, my brother played it religiously. It's a stealth game, though. See, I don't like stealth games. That's why I don't play Assassin's Creed. I hate.
I played a few of them back in the day, but not.
Wow, that's just. They didn't give you much at all in this, did they?
No, they didn't.
The more recent Assassin's Creed are a lot more less needing of stealth, so that's why I enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's still stealth if you
Like
kill
Odyssey?
everybody.
Odyssey is like, and then of course Valhalla. Like those are the two least stealth you can ever have. You could just walk up the front gate and just murder everybody.
But it kind of removes the whole point with Assassin's Creed.
Right. Don't forget Skinamax Tim says, I am Spartacus. Yes. Let's see. Weird.
Exactly.
Are you sharing a tab, a window, or a screen? I am sharing a Google Chrome tab. That we tried it before the show, Martin, and that's a way to get around it, man. If you can show your slideshow, because I think you guys move that around in Google, don't you? Just use Google Chrome and use that. Let's see. Quiet will be the girl boss who's gonna put
Wrong
Snake.
series. Wrong series. That's Metal Gear Solid. This is Splinter Cell.
Yeah,
right?
two different.
Oh my
maybe
God.
they do a crossover. Who knows?
Yeah. Okay.
Way to go, Martin. Don't
Next
cross
up,
screen.
boys and girls. Next up, we got to talk about pre-sales for Superman. Superman early access Amazon Prime screenings become Fandango's best first day ticket pre-seller year to date. Apparently, if you're a Prime member, you can get an early access ticket to see this, and apparently they're selling out quick. From what I read here in the article. I I'm not going to show the third trailer because I don't want to see any more from this.
I've seen enough.
I want to see the movie.
I'm good to go see it. We're good, guys. It's okay.
They keep every time I get on social media, there's something new. I saw something today with his heat vision, and I was like, God, stop showing us shit, man. What the hell?
Yeah, for me, I do not care about this movie, to be honest. I think it looks stupid. The only reason I am gonna watch it, maybe in cinema, is my 3 kids. That's probably my only reason.
Yeah. Hey, man, you got to, if you got a Superman movie, you got to take the kiddos to it, man. I'm driving.
To Minecraft,
everybody knows
so.
this. Yeah, right. Everybody knows this. Me and my brother have seen every iteration of Superman together. The first movie we've always seen together. So I am making the trek 3 hours to Dallas to go see it that Saturday with him. So
3 hours, really?
Yeah, it's 3 hours.
Damn.
I'm not far away. I'm just the other side of the Texas border from him here in Louisiana.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Yeah, I'm gonna drive over and see him. We're gonna go see it that Saturday afternoon, because I got to work on Friday nights. So, anyway, yeah, this is selling out like crazy, and I think it's pretty much a foregone conclusion. This one is gonna bury Fantastic Four. I mean, this has a chance to make $1 billion, but they've got to prove it. DC only had one bit. Did you know that DC only had $1 billion movie out of all of those DC Extended Universe movies they made? Do you know what it was? The Snyderverse movies? You know what the $1 billion movie they made was? It was Aquaman. That's the only one that made $1 billion. Man of Steel, Batman vs. Superman, none of them made that much money. None of them did. But this one, I think we can all agree.
I think it's going to be Fantastic Four. I do think so, even though I think this is also going to flop to a certain point, in my view. But it's probably going to do a lot better, compared to what Fantastic Four is doing. Because, we all know about that.
It's the man. It's the granddaddy of them all, right? It's Superman. So, we'll see what happens with it. The little bit I saw on social media today from that last trailer, it kind of cracked me up. I'm not going to give it away, but we've seen enough. Gunn, put the movie out. You sorry bastard. $100 billion.
But the movie has to do good because his universe had a rough start with the TV show that he did. And
Creature Commandos.
Yeah, he had a rough start with that, and he has to blow this out of the park to prove that he can create a full universe. But he's more talk than anything else to a certain point.
Yeah, he is. But look, I have faith, man. I haven't.
I'm happy for you, man. I'm happy.
Well, I'm just saying, I haven't seen anything by James Gunn I didn't like. Now, I will admit he is a friggin' narcissistic bastard. I really wish he'd stop
lying piece of shit. Yes.
Yeah. Right. But I enjoy his stuff, man. I liked all the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. So. Yeah,
exactly. I know he can do some decent stuff and some stuff I can enjoy, but it's just the way he has his thought process, and I don't think he should have control over DC like this.
For
me, it's one. It's the most recent Suicide Squad, and then Peacemaker. Like that's the start for me, not the Creature Commando. Yeah. So I really enjoyed the most latest Suicide Squad and Peacemaker.
Yeah, and also what James Gunn said about those the movie and basically the TV show is that they're canon but not canon. Some of the stuff that came before is unperfect memory.
Okay. Whatever.
Yes.
Stop talking, James Gunn. Stop talking.
Yeah, that's what he said. Perfect memory. So that means, maybe some characters didn't die and can come back like this, and it's like this. Yeah, it's a lot of things that he says is like.
Yeah, that's look.
Which never happens in comics, right?
Never does. No. There's
back,
no narcissist doing comic books. No. Let's see. E. Clay Thomas says, "How long before we hear the nerd outrage over gender swapping the dog?" Martin says, "What?
Did they?
Female? No, I don't think so.
No.
He's messing with.
I hope so, but it wouldn't surprise me."
Martin says, "Are you serious?" I don't think that's the case. No. But look, I can tell you this: I am rooting for it to do well. John disappeared all of a sudden. Look, Christian pops in and John
Hey,
goes
my
out.
revival, hail brother.
Is that a coincidence? What's going on, Christian? Good to see you, my brother.
God bless the butter.
Good to see you.
God bless you.
John will be back in a minute, I'm sure. Let's see. This next story, we knew this was coming, boys and girls. We knew it was coming, and it's here. Disney and Universal file first major studio lawsuit against AI company. They're suing Midjourney for corporate copyright infringement. Excuse me. This is theft. They're quoted as saying.
A lot of these kind of stuff can
here
be
it
better.
is. The first legal battle over AI and IP infringement.
But then they have to stop doing it themselves, right?
Right. They got to stop doing it themselves. Very interesting. Very interesting to see how this goes.
It's a lot of things happening in the AI world now. I just saw that, record companies have started hiring AI fake artists in their companies now. We have this. So there's a lot of stuff in the AI stuff right now. A lot of news there. But no, I think people should be allowed to make pictures if they want to and stuff like that, It is the same thing, back in the day before AI. I still remember the kid who died, and they wanted, Spider-Man on his grave, but Disney came out and said, fuck you.
Wow.
It's our character, so you are not allowed to do that because of copyright. And I'm like, Stan Lee would have loved it if you guys,
yeah, he would have. That's crazy.
Yep. And again, I'm okay with AI art to a certain point because there's a lot of people who doesn't know how to draw and stuff like that, and sometimes it is fun to play with, and to make some stuff. It's like my picture right here that I created of my own character that I had hand drawn from before. I used AI to create this character and polished it a little myself, but I have this character and it came out really well.
It's funny. I know people that sit on both sides of the fence. Martin, who's in the chat, does not like AI. He doesn't like it at all. The freaking dog is CGI, he says.
Yeah, no, I'm in the middle. I am in the middle of AI. The way I think, I see both sides of it. I think it is okay to a certain point, but if you try to sell stuff with AI and claim it's not AI, that's
a line you don't need to cross. I'm an artist, and I'm telling you right now, if I was going to use AI in anything, I'd tell people. You know what I mean? I'd much rather draw it myself. I had a question on my comic book show the other day, where I draw my comic book on Fridays, and somebody asked me, said, could you take an actual picture of something and put it in your artwork? And I said, well, I personally don't see a problem with that. If you want something to look realistic and it's a picture you took, I said, but you run into copyright problems if it's somebody else's picture and you do that. I said, me personally, and this is just me, I'd rather draw it, say, hey, I did that. You know what I mean?
I totally agree with you. It's like next year I'm coming out finally with my first book that I have been writing for so long. But the cover art that I created of my characters, I cannot draw like that. So I had to use AI to create the art for me and the book cover. And that is what I'm going to use because I do want to change it at some point. But I want somebody who can draw this. So this is somebody who can draw it a lot better in the way I more envision it. But sometimes people like me who can't draw, we use it for just for a cover and stuff like that, and I think that's fine, and I don't hide it. I'm like, no, I did not. When my friends ask me, did you draw it, I'm like, heck no, I don't know how to draw like that.
Right.
But I want to find someone who has a style I'm thinking of for it.
Right.
But this the suing thing, it was bound to happen, even though a lot of these companies, they use AI themselves. So if you use AI yourself, you cannot complain.
No.
In my view, I've heard so many incidents especially in the gaming industry, where there have been, voice actors that the companies have used AI with their voice to say different lines they did not say, and they didn't even get paid for it.
That was that's we've got the last story we've got here is about that very thing. The SAG-AFTRA, they suspend their strike against video game companies, paving the way to return to work. And I guarantee you, most of the reason for that strike is because of AI and the use of it. So,
and it's like if Disney and Universal and all these other companies are gonna sue, then you have no right to do that when you're doing it yourself. I am sorry, but if you didn't do that yourself, okay, I can understand to a certain point, but let people also have fun as long as they say it's AI and not claim they made it.
Yeah.
Sure, whatever. But when you use
it's going
it
to be
yourself,
interesting. We're going to have to watch this, man, because I don't know, Knock. You tell me what you think of this. I could see them going the way of defending the IPs, but not shutting down AI. If you understand what I'm saying, you could sit there with an AI program and
it's going to be hard for them to win.
You can write, yeah, it would be hard to win. It really would. But
like I said, a lot of these record companies now, Timbaland is one of the big names in the industry who just signed a goddamn AI artist that is not even real. And a lot of these other record companies has been in talks with, I know there's an AI program called Suno, I think, and some other stuff, other programs, and they have been a lot of them have been in talks with record companies to just have a lot of AI music. So that's like the future for a lot of record companies, and I'm all against it. I'm like,
well, yeah,
I want real artists.
You make music, man, and yeah, I'm sure you do. My brother, I talked to him the other day. You know, he's been putting out albums of his guitar playing, and he freely tells people, hey, you know, I do it in a studio where I've got the drum tracks laid down and stuff like that. But oh, hang on a second. Let me check here and see real quick. Come on, sucker. My phone. I think John just tried to get a hold of me. Let's see. Had to reboot. Be right back after it updates. Okay. He had to reboot his computer.
And
what's going on, guys?
If you do want to make music and you don't know how to do everything, sure, you're allowed to use a little AI beats and stuff as long as you sit. I've done it myself. I've used a little AI beats here and there because I can't play guitar or drums and shit like that. But that's not the main thing that I like to do. Sometimes I have to get a certain sound, but most of the time I go to certain websites. I buy actual instruments made by other people, and paying real artists to get stems and everything, because a lot of people forget about that these days because AI is taking over too much. So
yeah, you don't want to forget about those guys.
All I'm gonna say is Rasta, Lord of the Rings.
Rasta, Lord of the Rings. Don't know. Don't know what
there is YouTube sites out there where they have basically Rasta versions of movies, and they explain the plot.
What?
Yeah,
really?
AI. You can look it up on YouTube. Yeah. And they're straight up showing all of the characters of the movies, either Harry Potter or they've done Lord of the Rings, and it's full AI. And they're even to this day, like these are new videos that they're putting out of them basically toking up, and it's them singing the journey that they have in those movies.
Wow!
And it's all AI, and it's not that bad.
Yeah, I hear you. There's entire AI channels on YouTube.
There's many, and they get
predicted whenever the stuff started coming out. They said there was going to be channels. Dude, have you seen what this VO3?
Yes, I have seen.
I think we talked about it a couple weeks ago.
I've seen, yeah.
It's going to get to a point where you have to question damn near everything you see.
I have seen stuff on TikTok when you see the faces and you almost think it's real. Until you really look at the video and just like, oh, okay, I can kind of see it now that it's AI, but it's really hard.
Oh, yeah, he has 6 fingers. That's weird.
Yeah. But this is the future of Hollywood too, because they started using this kind of stuff too. So, and same with other companies. And no, I don't think they have any right to sue or go against it when they use it themselves. So.
Well, we'll have to keep a close eye on this and see how it goes. But yeah, we knew it was coming. Especially, and it doesn't surprise me that Disney is the first one on the block. It
Yes.
really doesn't, man, because they're really protective of their stuff. No doubt about it.
And a lot of their stuff is not really their stuff. Some of their
Yeah.
stuff is, made by Stan Lee, Jack Kirby,
Mhm.
other creators, Rob, created Deadpool,
Yeah.
I care more. Rest in peace to Jack and Stan Lee. But if they were alive, I'd rather hear what they had to say about it than Disney.
Right.
Because I don't think
Exactly.
Stan Lee would be mad at all. He was the guy who was basically like, it's cool to see what people do with his stuff.
Yeah, he loved seeing stuff like that. But
Yeah.
you can see, look, when the actors had their strike, I was like,
Yep.
this has got to be over AI, and it turned out that's exactly what it was about. They're having fun in the chat real quick. Pearling for sharks, he says. Hell yeah. Nah, I know it's sharking for pearls. What he's talking about, if you haven't checked it out yet, Jason, my brother has been putting out albums under the name Sharkin' for Pearls. And those are his last 2 album covers right there. So he's working on one called Sojourn right now. And you
it
can
is
get
unique.
it anywhere
I love
you
that.
get your music at. So it's free to listen to. I'm just glad my brother's getting into one of his passions. He loves music, and he's a guitar player, so he's getting out there and doing it, man.
By the way, I did see an article recently of Disney actually thinking about going back to hand-drawn animation.
What?
Yeah.
Blasphemer.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You shall bow at the altar of AI. What the hell?
Just saying.
But if they do that, they still have to make great stories, though.
Yes, they do. But look, the hand-drawn
IP.
animation, that's some of the best stuff. Look, growing up, let me read this real quick. Clay Thomas says that he thought this stream was AI. And
Yes,
Dos
I am
Wolfen
an
says,
AI.
I am AI.
Yeah, same here.
But what I was going to say was Chuck Jones is my favorite animator. And he did all the fucking Wile E. Coyote stuff and the Roadrunner.
Yeah.
All those Runner Brother cartoons, Daffy Duck, Bugs Bunny. Chuck Jones is the guy on half of those things. And he is such a great animator. And he drew everything. And my favorite cartoon of all time is one with Daffy Duck called Duck Amuck, where, spoiler alert, Bugs Bunny's drawing the thing the whole time and fucking him up. And it's great. It's one of the funniest things you'll ever see. It's fantastic. But anyway, all right. Well, we're going to be talking more about this in the days to come, because I guarantee you this AI stuff is
Yeah,
not
it is
over
interesting
by a
to
long
see
shot.
what's going on with all the hiring of AI artists and record
Yes.
companies and movies, TV shows, games, and everything that's going on.
It's pretty nuts.
It's gonna be a
man.
shit. It's a shit show, so it's gonna
be interesting to see, man, what they come up with and what they decide is legal and what isn't. Stark of Iron is here. What's going on, Big Daddy? Good to see you.
and Disney is known to steal created stuff by other people. So
yeah, they will.
Yeah, I want Disney to go back to the time where they would hand draw an animation, movie, and then use the same animation in 10 other movies. That's
right, in 10 other movies. Yeah.
Can we go back to that?
They've been known to do that. That's for sure. All right, boys and girls, it is time for our mid-show palate cleanser. We're a little bit late on it, but that's okay. But we've got to check out what's going on with the show's girlfriend.
How do you want me to handle the Sydney issue?
The Sydney issue?
Well, we should have a consensus on how the White House is going to handle it.
Well, I certainly hope the Sydney issue refers in some way to a problem that we're having with Australia, because if it's anything other than that,
Mr. President, Ms.
Sweeney, see you.
Have her come in, please. I am finished here.
Yes, sir.
There is no Sydney issue.
That's right. We got to check out Sydney and see what's up with her. Yeah, this is the part Martin always looks forward to. Let's see. Clay Thomas says, I am AI, I said. That's a great Neil Diamond song. That's awesome. Okay. First up tonight on the Sydney Watch, Sydney Sweeney explains why she feels psychotic on set, says she feels bad for one co-star. I'm really vicious. What she was talking about was on not Jimmy Kimmel, the guy that's on NBC, The Tonight Show. With
Yeah,
Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon. Yeah.
She was on there. Let me see if I can find the quote. Like you're happy and fun, and then replied Fallon, which is guess finished, and then you say action, and then I'm screaming and crying. And then they call cut, and I go, "What's wrong?" Sydney added as Fallon and audience burst into laughter. She's so kind and fun and just amazing to work with. She said she was talking about Julianne Moore. She said, but she acts crazy on set with her. And sometimes she feels really bad for the way she acts with her. Hey man, I haven't seen the show yet. I think that one's on Apple Plus. I think, but it's the one with her and Julianne Moore. It's called Echo Valley.
Apple TV, Apple TV Plus.
Apple TV. So go check it out if you're into that kind of thing. It's not something I really think I'd enjoy. Next up, I pitched it. Sydney Sweeney responds to the backlash over her bathwater soap receives online. If you don't know about this,
yes, I heard.
she ran an ad saying
bathwater soap thing,
calling all of her fans dirty boys. And it's all a meme. That's all it is.
Yeah, because if you go back to the OnlyFans days with a lot of these women selling bathtub water, what they have been in and all that kind of stuff. So I understand the meme.
Yeah. She's not the only big star to have done this. Gwyneth Paltrow was selling a candle that was supposed to smell like her vag at one point.
Yeah.
I don't know why anybody buy anything like that, but yeah.
And there are some people.
From what I understand, it's sold out in no time flat too. So
yeah,
there you
some
go.
people are crazy.
They are. Sydney Sweeney details crazy 30-pound transformation to play Christy Martin in biopic. My body was completely different.
I heard her talk more about that. She had problems, fitting old clothing and all that kind of stuff because she became bigger and more muscular and stuff like that. And
right,
so that happens.
Well, yeah, I'd rather see somebody do it this way than what we've seen guys like Christian Bale do for The Machinist and things like that. And Matt Damon. Dude, if you've never seen Courage Under Fire,
yes,
God, these guys. I mean, they and what's the guy from Texas? Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah,
what he did for that movie that he did.
Gents, I'm just coming back right now from a couple minutes ago because I got a knock on my door, and a sheriff was there. Like literally, I'm not making this up. And was asking me if someone that I'd never heard the name of, some woman, lived here with a child on the spectrum. And I had never heard the name before. And they're like, well, apparently we've been given the wrong address. So that just happened.
What?
Knock, did you just get swatted?
The sheriff was super nice. And he had like, hey, do you know this name? And I was like, I've never heard of that. I've been here since February. I do not know who was here previously outside of like some old male. But that was kind of weird because I was not expecting anyone to knock on my door tonight.
That's crazy. Dude.
That's kind of crazy.
That is crazy, man.
Like, hey,
That's crazy.
I opened my door. I was like, hey man, I got nothing to fucking hide.
Yeah,
He's like, no.
They're just doing a job, man. They're just doing a job.
I was like, I have nothing to hide, brother.
I walked out. I walked out one day and I was going to work, right? And I opened the door almost into a cop that's at my door. He was about to knock on my door, and I said, "What's up, man?" And he said, and Rhonda was right behind me, right? And he says, "Can I talk to you for a second, Mr. Rivers?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." And my wife, of course, was curious, was coming out the door with me, and he goes, "Ma'am, could you just stay inside?" And turned out somebody had called and given the wrong address.
That's just what happened here.
That somebody was fighting in the street or something like that, and he thought I was abusing my wife, and I was just laughing. I said, "Bro, if you only knew." No, and of course he's got to be skeptical, so he went and talked to my wife, and when he went to go talk to my wife, turns out my neighbor across the street was arguing with her in-law. Okay. And she saw the cop and saw me, and she goes, "It's me. They're calling about me." And the cop looked at me, and I said, "Do you need me to stay here?" He goes, "Nah, but I'm done with you. Go to work."
That's basically what the sheriff. He was like, "Yeah, apparently someone gave us the wrong address." And then I was like, "I'm sorry, I don't know. I know of a couple kids that walk a dog every once in a while.
Right.
They live in the complex somewhere, but I don't know what apartment, but I don't know any Sarah or whoever it was with the autistic kid." Yeah. So he was
man.
Look, and then walked away. And
real life, you can't make it up, man. You just can't make it up.
Like, all right, man. Hey, man. And I was like, "Hey, you want to come in and check and see if there's a Sarah in here? I got nothing to hide."
Come on, yeah.
He's like, "Nope, not necessary." And he's like, "All right,
want a cup of coffee or tea at the same time?"
Yeah, you want something to drink?
Super nice and everything. Man. I was like, "That's
John. Everything good at your place, man?"
I lost connect. It kept going out. The Bluetooth did, and then it finally went out completely. And I was trying to figure out why.
Okay,
I forgot I needed to plug in the headset. I didn't realize it had run down.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, bro. Well, he's got a nice rig, but he's still got some learning to do with it. So, but anyway, okay. But I thought, I read up on this, and we've been talking about this movie. I really can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I'm excited for it too.
But
I prefer, man, with this 30-pound transformation,
right? We haven't really seen it yet. But here's something I thought was funny. Was this on X that I found? Yes, Sydney Sweeney now has more booba and more ass. The horror. And this was actually put out by the Critical Drinker, man. He said, "Oh no, how terrible." Talking about her, how she got bowed up for this thing. I thought that was pretty damn funny. But also on her Instagram this week, she put out some video of the dress she was wearing at an event here recently that she's practically spilling out of. Oh my God. Yikes. And she had pictures of that, plus some modeling stuff she did too. This looks to be, this is the Echo Valley red carpet event's what it was. And she's very photogenic young lady, let me tell you. Also, she's got this spot here. What is this? W Magazine? I don't even know what that is, but she apparently had another photo shoot. That's crazy. Yikes. That girl has got skinnier legs than I thought. Good Lord. That's crazy. Look at that. That's one of those 60s beehive looks.
Yeah.
Pretty cool stuff. Oh man, I like the friggin' aesthetic of some of these. Little Red Riding Hood, huh? Yeah. Okay. I'll buy that one. I like that. I love that 60s look. That's really cool. That's like a Twiggy look, but she is nowhere near a Twiggy build. If you know who that is, guys. Twiggy was a really skinny thing. Oh my God. Yikes. Wow. Little Judas Priest action there, boys. And then we got this last one here. That's from London. And this looks like it's more the Echo Valley event. So apparently that's on Apple Plus now, so guys, so you can go check it out. Man, that's a gorgeous dress. Wow. That girl knows how to wear clothes, dude. That's crazy. Who's this guy she's smiling at?
She knows how to take them off, too.
Who is this dude? Oh, my God. Oh, she knows how to take them off, too? No. Let's see. If you're feeling bad about your life, remember that there's a guy out there who got ditched just before marrying Sid's. Yeah, right.
Ooh, yeah.
That's right.
I can't feel too bad about him because he was obviously with her for a little bit. So
yeah, he was. He was.
I'm
with her
only
for
going
a
to
while.
feel a little bit bad for him.
I got a feeling it was the age thing because he was obviously older than she was, man. But anyway, okay. So the meat of the show today is about all the news we got starting late last week and into the weekend from the video game world. I promised this last week, but I've forgotten we hadn't done the June movies yet. John was nice enough to remind me about that, so we got that done. So this week I wanted to get into what happened in the video game world. Now, the first event was I think it was State of Unreal is what it was called. And they were showing what Unreal 5 is going to be able to do and that kind of thing. And they apparently had a tech demo of Witcher 4. And I'm going to show some of that. But the big things at this thing was more
like at all.
mechanics of making the video games was what this was about. Which we all know Unreal Engine is one of the biggest video game engines.
I just want him to go back to more gameplay, like real gameplay when we see stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, I hear you for sure. Absolutely. Did we get any of that in this demo? I don't know.
No.
No, zero.
It was
absolutely not. CD Projekt.
Well, then there's no reason for me to show this, then, is there?
No, there's never gameplay in a tech demo.
Yeah. But like I said, the state of Unreal, that stuff there was more about the making of video games, the engine used to make a lot of video games. I really don't know that much about the other engines that are out there.
Well, there's Unity. What else is there? I mean, there's like creation.
Some studios have their own engine they use.
Yeah, yeah. Like, well, the new Obsidian remaster.
Okay.
The not Obsidian, Oblivion.
Mm-hmm.
It is actually a marriage between Unreal 5 and their creation engine.
Okay.
Their creation engine handles the scripting on the back, and then all the animation and graphics are handled by Unreal 5.
Gotcha.
They're working on Creation Engine 2. Frostbite's out there, yeah. Game Bro is an older one.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. Well, I just didn't know that much about it. Everybody knows about Unreal Engine. A lot of studios use it. So, Quake Engine is another one that Martin's speaking about. But
there is
anyway, we had that event, and like I said, you can go watch the videos. All of this was on YouTube. Every bit of it was on YouTube. People were covering it on YouTube. Were you on any of the shows that were covering it?
No, I was not. No. I was not on any of the shows. I watched it privately.
But the Unreal Engine one was basically about the engine itself, character creation, stuff like that. They had Witcher, the Witcher tech demo, and they also had a demo for their Fortnite creation engine, something like that, right? I think that was part of it too. But the first really big one though was the Summer Game Fest. Let me get that one up here real quick. I keep having to bounce back and forth because if we're going to show something, I have to do it a different way, right? But Summer Game Fest 2025, this is everything that was announced. They have Resident Evil Requiem is a show.
That was probably the biggest one.
Was it
outside of maybe Witcher?
Yeah, I just don't care about Resident Evil anymore.
I don't either.
All over the place. It's just all over the place.
I recognize the fandom, but I don't play Resident Evil ever.
Yeah.
I've never played Resident Evil. I love the movies though. I have all of them. Of course, it's like more of a Mia Jovovich thing for me though. But
yeah. But no, for me, it's just like they went all over the place with like super big monsters to vampire stuff and everything. I just want to go basically just back to what it used to be, about the zombie stuff and the more simpler stuff. And sometimes less is more, in my opinion.
Yeah. I've looked at some of the gameplay of the old game. Is it a horror game? to start.
It is
with?
horror, yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Yes, it's horror. Yeah.
It's like its
But it's-
own zombie-ish kind of
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I liked about it. At a certain point.
because
Oh my
it's a
God.
DNA strain, right? That
I
fucked
got
him
you.
up.
I got you. Hang on a second. Martin says, and never forget the "It's ma'am" engine. It's ma'am. Yeah,
It's
whatever.
ma'am.
Yeah.
I'm a woman. Come on.
Yamaha, Rolls Royce. Yeah. There's a lot of engines out there, aren't there, buddy? That's crazy.
But I know a lot of people are excited for this.
Yeah. Yeah. I get that they're excited for it too. Really.
Oh yeah, there's a huge market.
Yeah, the fandom is.
Yeah. Me, I've never played them. So next one up is
I did
Lies
watch a
of
little bit
P.
of it.
Overture is
It's-
available now, apparently.
It's a DLC for the Lies of P.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Prequel expansion, but yeah, it's a
Yeah.
Souls-like game, basically. So
Okay.
it's not my wheelhouse.
Yeah. Dying Light, I know, is another popular one.
I definitely
the-
probably will play this. Yes,
Yeah. Release date set for August with gameplay trailer. Yeah.
'Cause I believe the
they
original
show actual
protagonist-
gameplay in this?
I think the original protagonist is coming back for this one.
Mhm.
Yeah, I heard something. Yeah, I heard something about
Look,
that.
if you guys want to watch any of these, just let me know.
I will. Yes, I would like to watch Dying Light. I have not seen this.
Okay. All right.
If you want to show this one, I would not.
Yep.
attest to
Let me
watching.
grab it and go get it on my Chrome thing over here, and we will
I
do
think you
so.
can play it here too.
Huh?
I think you can play it here too.
Well, he has to do it on Chrome.
No, you don't
so it doesn't
understand.
echo.
There will be echo bouncing off the walls. If I don't use a
Oh,
Chrome
okay,
tab,
okay.
buddy. StreamYards, for some reason, has got some kind of problem these days with sharing things off. Sharing your monitor. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, I
They
know
have
exactly.
some kind of huge problem right now, and I don't know what it is. But
StreamYard, we are
found a
paying
way
for you.
around it.
Come on.
because all I got to do is put it on a Chrome tab and share it that way. So let me do that real quick, guys, and we'll check it out.
Come on,
Dying Light,
StreamYard, we're
the
paying for you.
Beast.
Come on. We're paying for StreamYard. Come on.
I'm paying for StreamYards until the
Yeah.
27th, and then I'm not going to be doing it ever again, my friend. Because look, well, first of all, they want twice as much. It's going to be $400 now. It's
Oh
ridiculous.
yeah, I know. I am in StreamYard's Facebook chat with the people who run StreamYard.
Mhm.
So I see stuff and news there all the time.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. All right, let's check this out. Hopefully, they won't hit us too much, but I'll still stop it every once in a while.
Go ahead and stop it, Joe. Just
Go.
to give you a little context, Joe, this is 100% like Resident Evil, where this place is like closed off.
Okay.
This area, right?
Gotcha.
So nothing goes
Yep.
in and out of this area in Dying Light. In any
It's
of the
a
Dying
it's a 28 days, years later scenario.
yeah,
Got
just so you know.
Yep.
What can you tell me about the Baron?
He's a narcissistic sociopath. He's experimenting on humans like they're lab rats.
Whoa.
Oh, that's
God only
new.
knows what the
That's
What
new.
the-
Yeah.
That's new.
That
That's
is
100% new. Different kinds of that's new. Oh shit!
Oh man.
Baron's planning to do with those monsters.
First person, huh?
Yes. This is parkour. Parkour first person.
This is
Dying Light.
Dying Light, the Beast. Apparently, it's the fourth chapter, I think Doc said.
I don't care how high his walls are or how big his army is. That fucker will pay for what he did to me. All the years he took from me. All the agony he put me through.
You want revenge?
Damn right I do!
Whoa!
Nice.
He's infected.
Now, this is one of those games, Joe, that at night it gets much worse.
Really?
Yeah.
100%.
You got
jump scares and everything, right?
They only show daylight there. At night, it gets worse.
Wow.
100%.
Wow. That looks really cool. You know, the first I'd heard
game.
of that game is weren't we talking about the movie they were making of this not too long ago? Aren't they making a daylight movie? I think they are.
They are. I'm not aware of it.
Yeah. Think so. I think they are. Okay, so let's put this back up so we can keep scrolling through. See what else is in the Summer Game Fest. Of course, that's more about Dying Light the Beast. Wu-Tang Rise of the Deceiver announced. I'm not sure what that is.
It's a fighting game.
It's a fighting game, but this is the black owned, black, all that good stuff.
Okay. Afro.
It's like
a
all black company or whatever, something like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Sounds cool. What do we got? Onimusha.
Oh,
Onimusha, I guess is how you pronounce that. Way of the Sword gets new Summer Game Fest trailer showing more slashy combat. Have you guys seen this? Do you want to see this?
Onimusha started on what, PS2?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
it's a Demon Slayer kind of game.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Okay. Is this one you guys want to look at, or?
I think I actually saw the trailer for this.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, so
okay.
It's fine for me.
Let's see what else we got. Game of Thrones: War of the Westeros lets you take command of the great houses and even the Night King himself.
I'm looking forward to that. It's a strategy game.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
An RTS game. Yeah. I don't know
there
a
you
lot
go.
about it myself.
I'm not a fan, but I know a lot of people that play them. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I do.
It's very.
I know you do. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's constantly playing right before we go on. He'll sit there and show me what he's doing.
I get intimidated by these kind of games, so I don't know if I'll play it myself.
Why is that?
They're just so massive, man. They're like the Civilization games I know John loves, the Total War games. I don't know. There's a lot to them. There's a lot of like nuance and depth to these games that I don't know. It's a lot for me, so I just don't play them.
I hear you, man.
Well, I play stuff that once in a while.
In my game, I'm a simple-minded guy. I don't need too many buttons. I don't need too many things on the screen that I have to pay attention to. I'm more of a hack and slasher.
Arc Raiders secures October release date.
A lot of rumors about this one. I don't know anything about this game, but there was a lot of rumors of this being released on this day, and it didn't happen.
Mm-hmm. What'd you say, John?
I said I know nothing about this game. It looks like a shooter.
Yeah,
that's basically what it is.
It's like the Division. It's an extraction shooter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which Extraction 2's been out for what, like 5 years, 6 years?
Yeah, Escape from Tarkov, the Division. Yeah, there's plenty of stuff like that.
Well, the Division 2 just got a new DLC after like 5-6 years.
Yeah, I had my time with it. I know Redbird still plays it.
Hitman World of Assassination. Elusive Targets sees Mads Mikkelsen replies iconic.
Yeah, that was
Royale
interesting.
role.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting that they brought him into the game.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I ever liked about Hitman, the game, was the briefcase that follows you until the guy dies. That's been the only thing that's ever been entertaining.
I've liked my fair share of Hitman games, but
never got into the series.
It's like when you play one, you play them all to a certain point,
Right. But Mads Mikkelsen, I'll be interested to see how this goes because
I wonder how that's gonna work out.
I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of the actor. I'm a big fan of the character. I loved Casino Royale. So
it's the best one in that franchise with Daniel Craig.
Absolutely. It's the best one that Craig made. Scott Pilgrim X is a new co-op brawler.
I love the movie.
There's another co-op game, Knock. I know you like those.
Yeah, and I would say I love the.
I'm not a Scott Pilgrim guy though.
Okay.
No, I love them. I love the movie, and I love the original the game that they created back in the time. I'd also do like the manga styled comic book they created.
Right.
Hate the anime show they did. That was shit. But no, this can be interesting. You know, it can be interesting.
If you like brawlers, Marvel has one coming out that I don't know if you're gonna. It was in the Summer Game Fest, so I don't know if it's.
I was just scrolling through, and if IGN says it's got all the stuff, so we'll just go through and see.
Okay, all right,
and we'll talk about it when it pops up. And if it doesn't show up here, you can tell us all about it, man. I'll look it up. The next one they got here is Mortal Shell 2. Kicks off Summer Game Fest with a gory and brutal look.
I don't really know what Mortal Shell really is.
Mortal Shell is a Souls-like game. It's a very Souls-like game. It's like a that's all it is. You just go around
learning the patterns and dying a lot before you kill something. Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah.
Let's see. Square Enix reveals Killer Inn, a new team-based social deduction game at Summer Game Fest. They've got every kind of game now, don't they? That looks pretty cool.
Yeah,
that looks cool. Death Stranding 2. Now I know a lot of people have been looking forward to this. I never finished the first Death Stranding. I never did. I just didn't.
Yeah,
I played it for 10 minutes, fell over like 3 times, and I was like, I'm done.
Your Amazon Prime delivery simulator.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I've not played the first one. I only know about the first one. So
yeah, but the first one, it's gorgeous. And what I really appreciated about it was that it had the Bionic Woman on it. And I thought that was
really I got it for free, never played it.
Yeah.
I played it. I paid full price and never played it.
Well, no matter what you say about that game, it is gorgeous.
It looks
gorgeous to look at.
You can hang any moment off of that game, including gameplay, on a wall and call it art. You can. I mean, really talented at making a game, but I couldn't get into the whole postal service work in the future, that kind of thing.
And he likes that movie, The Postal Man.
I do. I like The Postman, but he was doing a lot of fighting. You don't do a lot of fighting.
Yeah.
From what I understand, you do a lot of fighting later on in the game. It's not at the beginning of it. The beginning of it is running the network and creating the network, and that's boring as fuck.
Yeah,
that's for
Postal's a completely different movie, completely different game.
Right. Right. I caught that. Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Wild Gate, the space shooter from former Blizzard developers, is out.
Yeah, did not interest me.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what happens with it. Stranger Than Heaven is Ryuga Gatkuju. I can't even pronounce these Japanese names. Official game for Project Century. Says here Project Century has re-revealed. Wait a minute, re-revealed? That doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound
good. But no, I'm gonna check this out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Bandai name comes reveals Toa and the Guardians of the Sacred Tree. Oh man,
they misspelled Guardians.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
If it's like Hades, it might be worth the play.
Yeah, I was fixing to say these games are hit and miss. Sometimes they can be really good.
They are. They're hit and miss.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, Sonic Racing. Cross Worlds.
Yeah, a lot of people are looking forward to that.
Yeah, it looks crazy, man.
Anything to not play Mario Kart.
Right?
Exactly, right? Exactly.
Too much. Mundfish announces Atomic Heart 2.
Yeah, I saw some video of this. It looks okay.
Yeah. Atomic Heart, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody play the first one?
No.
Not played it, just watched it.
But I never played it myself.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see.
I know there's a lot of people who enjoy
Lego. Can't go wrong with Lego. Lego Voyagers is a new 2-player co-op. Knock. Two
Oh,
players.
it's a good thing it's not Lego's Voyeurs because that's the Sydney Sweeney movie. That's the
Oh
first thing I
man,
saw
no.
when I saw Voyeurs.
No, man, we can't have boobs
Okay, yeah.
and Legos. No, we can't have that.
Yeah.
It'd be
But
square.
let's see, Adventure
That would be square.
Style, Friends. Yeah, they'd be square. Jeez. No, it's got a round part on the back.
They would draw. No, they would draw it on the brick. You know, like
Oh yeah,
That's right.
it's Minecraft. They'd be square.
Yeah.
But hey, you got to admit, guys, these Lego games they come up with. Yeah, look what you've done to Martin. Lego Voyeurs. Really?
See, yeah, it would save mine. I told you, yeah, I saw it too.
But you got to admit, these Lego games, man, they
do well.
are good. They're good games. I'm thinking about getting the
They're
Skywalker.
fine for kids, but I mean, yeah,
Yep.
that's about it.
Okay. Let's see. Mysterious haunting body horror game Ill gets new gameplay trailer. Oh my god.
Yeah, I saw the trailer for that too. It's just it's body horror. That's
Body horror.
they're
There you
correct.
go.
Yeah.
If you're what's that director that does a lot? Cronenberg? If you're
David
fan,
Cronenberg.
check it out, man. For
Hey,
sure.
I'm a heavy horror person, so I'm absolutely gonna check it out.
Yeah, for sure. Sounds like it's right up your alley then, Jason.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. Chronicles medieval trailer teases ambitious battle with narration from Tom Hardy.
Okay, we got to watch this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
If it's the trailer I'm thinking of, then this is pretty epic. I don't know about the game itself or whatever, but I think the trailer was pretty sweet.
Okay. All right. Well, let's check it out then. How are we doing on time, guys?
We got about 15 minutes.
15 minutes? Okay. Because I know, look, I've got the Expanse queued up and I haven't seen it yet. So we're definitely watching that one.
We should do it next.
Yeah.
It's a lengthy trailer.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let me get this set up and shared. And I'll only have to, I'll go ahead and show them back to back. And we might have to finish this next week because it's a lot of stuff, guys. It's a lot of stuff.
I wouldn't mind.
I mean,
yeah, I'm sure you would.
know, like
We're video gamers.
Right? I don't know. Can we stretch video games that much? I mean, we only delve so much into video games. I don't know.
Come on, bro. We can talk video games all day. I know I can. That's for sure. But I don't play as many of you guys as you guys do. Half of these games I've never played.
I'm waiting for the next college football game to come out.
If there's one game I'm really excited for when it came to the announcement, was Romeo is a Dead Man.
Romeo is a dead man. Okay, I'll look it up here in a second, and we'll take a look at that one too. Okay, so this is Chronicles Medieval.
Thou shalt not kill. So the
yeah, it's this one. Yes, I remember it now. Yeah,
Lord commands.
Raw power games.
Ambitious men, do not listen.
I think there was a little bit of Kingdom Come Deliverance parallels on this one. I believe it was.
Yeah,
this game is. I'm gonna check this out.
This is that medieval time period for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
But war found me. I became like them.
And when you hear Tom Hardy, it tells you.
Prayed I could win redemption through my deeds.
Tom Hardy's badass, man.
But some paths, once taken, have only one ending. I shall find no peace. On this road, there is only death.
Wow, man. The cinematics are cool, but and they've shown a little bit of the gameplay, him walking around, but let's see if they show us any action here for the end. No, they're not going to show us. Oh, wait a minute.
But this game, I'm gonna.
Here we go.
Go write your own.
Yeah. I agree with you, Martin. I never trust cinematic trailers. But I am gonna check it out.
Early access 2026. It's got a while, so the trailer just looks really cool. That's all.
But no, I'm
when does the new Pac-Man come out? That's what Thomas wants to know, damn it.
But yeah, if you look at Romeo is a Dead Man, it's anime based and a little bit. The beginning is like being on acid.
Oh my god! All right,
it looks so fun.
On. Let's see, Romeo is. Hang on. Tell me what it is again, Jason.
Romeo is a Dead Man.
Is a dead man. Okay, there it is. Second
and they took a lot of inspirations from Chainsaw Man, the manga and anime.
Chainsaw Man. Interesting. I've never even heard of Chainsaw Man. What is that?
Really good at. Just look into it.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I love what we have right here. Hang on a second.
Yeah.
I actually have to stop sharing and start sharing the new one. I just switched them over, like I was sharing usually, and I couldn't do it. Okay.
Yeah. No, so it's that game, Silent Hill F. So there was a couple of games I was like, oh shit, I need this game.
Likely mature 17, huh? Well, what they got here.
Oh, hey, today is Saturday, which means curry time.
Awesome, I love curry.
Speaking of curry, apparently the current president is actually a humane. What does that mean? It's okay, I'll get it.
Curry time.
Romeo, stay with me. I'm gonna die. Romeo, in about 15 seconds. Seriously?
Oh my god.
Don't worry. I made this just in case. The dead gear life support system. Don't move, okay?
Wow, dude. It's like a cutscene in Kill Bill.
And it's so random. And it gets
You're
better.
already half dead. From now on, you're half dead man. No, wait, that's pretty lame. Dead man. From now on, you're dead man.
I'm a dead man.
Oh, there you go. There's some gameplay.
Yep.
Oh, it's a shooter too? Damn.
I'm a dead man.
I'm excited for this. I am highly excited for this.
The E-Clay says, "No, Chainsaw Man is #1 costume for Halloween last year." Really? Huh.
And we got gameplay, and that's why I'm so happy about
it. Yeah, it looks pretty cool, man.
Romeo is a Dead Man, coming 2026.
Damn, dude. PlayStation 5. Very cool. All right.
Yeah, no, that looks really good fun.
One that stood out to you, huh, man?
Well, there was the beginning that really sold me. It's just like, what the heck am I watching?
What the heck am I watching, right?
And then it just goes to the gameplay. I'm like, shit, they actually show so much gameplay that I like this gameplay, and it's just like it sold me. This is what I want.
Shows gameplay at the end too, so.
Okay, well, let's get to the Expanse then, boys and girls.
Hint, hint, Joe. Hint, Joe.
I'm doing it, bro. What the fuck? You come over here and do this. It's a different way of doing it, man. I have to take a few more steps here. Take it easy, bro. All right, let's see. Boom. There we go. The Expanse. I've been looking forward to this. I'm hearing good things about it. Let's see what it does.
It looks just like the series in this.
Zafar, pull up NavTech.
Just a sec. Got it.
They've really improved the human face in these.
We're gonna find out about your coping right quick. Okay?
That's pretty good.
Just want to do him justice. Stuck his neck out for us. Least we can do is get him out alive. We've got big enough guns to make justice.
Look,
right.
Martin's there.
Michael. To a man with a hammer, just about everything looks like a nail.
Aim for show. Time to say, oh yeah, with our hammer.
Missile range in 1 minute.
Brace yourselves. We're going for a spin.
Wow.
Are we getting any gameplay here, or
yes, it's at the end.
It's at the end. This thing's about almost 4 minutes long, so give me a minute.
Ooh, headshots. They're only missing the teabagging.
You can't expect much out of the Ennis.
Zafar, did you get a signal?
After the large haul down this corridor, they shut down this part of the facility.
I like that.
Long time before our arrival. Fine. Let's see what those guys found.
I'm sorry, Knock. What'd you say?
I like that face scrambling.
Yeah, that's cool.
When the camera was looking at her, you could see the scramble.
Yep. Shit, it's on the roof.
In Yoloda. They never look up. Zafar, you were right. They shut down this.
Wait!
Did you say pause it?
This bothered me because she literally just said they never look up,
and she didn't.
She got shot from above.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying. That to me bothered me the most. Because I did.
Yeah.
And that by far bothered me the most, that she got shot from above.
Yeah. Well,
when you say that, yeah.
Everything and like, all right.
You had to destroy it, didn't you?
Kind of ruined it for me.
Oh, I need backup.
I didn't look up.
Hold on,
I didn't look up.
I'll cover you.
We got some neat tech toys.
Thanks.
I'll just take out everything.
I can't see shit from here.
The bird up high shall be thine eyes. What the hell happened here? Hey, buddy.
Whoa. See you, low spec.
Gameplay.
Okay, there we go.
Alpha.
Glad you're still breathing.
This is something I actually want to play, you know. No, I'm looking forward to this. This actually fun.
Yeah, man. I mean, I've heard great things about the show. It's something I've never visited, but I've thought it's on a list.
I need to continue the show. I never finished it, so I need to.
Yeah,
I need to go back to it.
They leave off though. There's still 3 books after the show that they didn't cover.
Really? So
yeah, but no, this is you get to play. Your character is either a inner, a Martian, or a Belter captain, which is the inner planets is Earth and Venus and stuff, and then Mars is Mars, and the Belters all the ones in the asteroid belt and out further. I only
think it would be cool with those different origins if they actually matter to like what you're doing at the time.
Yeah.
Because now with the Belters, Joe, I don't know if you've seen the show, but the Belters basically they've been in space for so long that their bone mass is just whittled to nothing. Right.
Ooh.
So if they're brought to Earth, then they use it in the show as a torture method where Earth's gravity actually like fucks them up pretty hard.
Oh yeah,
Their
yeah.
bodies can't handle it.
Yeah.
Because they're generational. It's generational, right? Because they I don't know how far in the future this is, John, but it's pretty far in. So right, so
How many seasons are there again?
They're born into the. Was it 4 or 5?
I'll look it up. I'll look it up, guys. Go ahead and wrap up your thoughts because we're going to be getting out of here pretty soon. But
no, I think there's 6.
That's all I had.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
I'll
look it up real fast.
I'd be kind of interesting if they have if the Belters, because the Belters usually have to wear like a certain suit depending on their environment.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Well, even the Martians need an exoskeleton to handle Earth's gravity.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's a hard sci-fi series. They take I mean, there's fantasy in it with the proto-molecule and stuff. There's fantastical elements to it. But the basis of the series, the tech and everything is all hard sci-fi.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I might need to finish it.
This doesn't say right away how many. It just says it was on 2015 through 2022. That's 7 years, but I don't know if they had a season.
You have to go to episode list or whatever.
Yeah. But anyway, I do know it started off on Sci-Fi and ended up on Prime. But that looks pretty cool.
6 seasons. 6 seasons.
Yeah, I was right. Yeah,
cool.
6.
So look, guys, we're up against the clock. We're gonna have to pick this up next week and finish talking about it then. We'll finish because we still have to go over everything that was in the Xbox showcase.
Yeah.
So and the Marvel fighting game, combat game that he's talking about. So we'll get into it next week and wrap it up. It looks like it's going to be a 2-parter, guys. Jason, tell us what's going on with you while I pull up your page real quick.
I have not added up the stream yet, but I'm going to do that soon. Tomorrow, we're going to have The Beyond, where I also showcase, of course, our new intro that I've created. So we're going to talk about a bunch of course, pop culture stuff and stuff like that tomorrow on The Beyond on 540 Studio, our channel. And of course, sometimes you will find me with Comic Relief Crusader when he comes back to streaming. And sometimes you can find me with Vinyl Revival and Corey, Sir Talks a Lot. And on Saturdays, normally we do Skullcast, where we talk about various stuff. I didn't get to do that last Saturday because my earbuds died that I use for this PC. And right after the stream, it died.
No
I'm
way,
like,
man. No
yeah.
way.
We're gonna do that at least this Saturday, and just a lot of other stuff that I have of projects going on with music, with my book coming out next year, and stuff like that. And if you ever need to hire, a film editor, because that is my main profession that I've done for many years, is editing for films, TV, and videos for YouTube. You can always get a hold of me on X, Discord. I'm most on all platforms. I'm really good with the prices and try not to be an asshole with it, because there are a lot of people out there who are assholes. But I try to be nice about it. But other than that, as I always say, just remember life's too short. Make the most of it. And we in this panel, we love you and we appreciate you. And none of us could have been here today if it wasn't for all of you great people out there. So thank you and God bless everybody out there.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate you being here, Jason. It's a lot of fun when you're here. We always have interesting input from our friends across the pond there in Norway. Look, guys, let me let you know what's going on with the channel here. You're watching State of the Atmosphere every Wednesday, 5:30 p.m. Central Time. Come check it out, especially if you want to hear about more of the video games coming out. The next time you'll see me is going to be, I didn't get these things in order, so I got to find my order real quick. Next time you'll see me is Friday on Sketching the Privateer, and it looks like I don't even have a thumbnail up for that thing. I do my comic book show on Fridays at 1 p.m. Central Time. Come check that out. And then Friday at 8 p.m. Central Time, go watch John on Gaming Night with John on Pop Culture Minefield's channel, as he continues his playing of Fallout. I think, aren't you doing New Vegas now? Or are you not done with the Wastelands yet? John has disappeared on me, it looks like. He must
I
have been
think
busy
we're
with something.
finishing up the DLC.
Okay, you're
I don't
finishing
think
the
we've quite
DLC.
gotten to New Vegas yet.
All right. Well, look, go watch him. 8 p.m. Central Time on Friday. Then, of course, at 6 p.m. Central Time on Sunday, it's the Brothers Hack the Matrix. Everything you need to know about the clown show that is 2025 through today's headlines. Highlander and I hack the Matrix every Sunday at 6 p.m. And then, of course, come check out Drink and Draw on Monday morning at 10 a.m. for the Drink and Draw Military Monday style. And we're going to be doing the movie Mosul on this Monday at 10 a.m. Central Time on Pop Culture Minefield's channel. And then
Of
it's
course,
only
you
talking-
added that. That's cool. You added that little character from that movie. Yeah,
That is not me. That is Gary. That is Gary at Pop Culture Minefield. He loves that guy.
Yeah,
He's
it's so funny.
Rory. He's so Rory. Yeah.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
that
man,
movie.
he loves it. But anyway, come check us out 10 a.m. Central Time on Monday. And then 4 p.m. Central Time, It's Only Talking Roll comes your way on That 70s Rock Fans channel. Come check that out. I'm pretty sure he's picking a movie he's going to do. So you guys come check that out and he's actually doing a member stream tonight at 9 p.m. Central Time. If you want to check us out, I'm going to be over there for that later on tonight. Anyway, we do this show at 4 p.m. Central Time on Monday. And then, of course, it's time for the next chapter of Mass Effect on Monday.
Everybody
evening.
started playing that. Even I started playing Mass Effect the series now.
Well, I've never
What's
played
going
it
on?
before, and I played the first one, enjoyed it, and now I'm playing the second one. Starting at 6:30 p.m. Central Time, you can check out Part 11. I did Part 10 this last Monday. Part 11 this Monday at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. And that brings us right back around to, well, there's one other show that I do before I do State of the Atmosphere again, and it's the one I did this afternoon, a Drink and Draw with Gary again on Pop Culture Minefield. That's always at 3 o'clock. If you missed the show we did earlier today on Project X, the movie with Matthew Broderick from the 80s, go check that out. We had a good time doing it, and I got a lot of work on the comic book done. Can't wait to finish that up and show it to you guys. So for myself, John, Jason, and Knock, I want to thank you guys for being here. Let's check the chat one more time. So Rory, that's right. He's so Rory. Martin.
Exactly.
He's Rory. Anyway, look, you guys know what I'm always going to say. We love you here. Wouldn't be here without you. And until we see you again, I want you guys to keep on keeping on. God bless. Don't forget, whether you like them small, medium, or large, Titty Tuesday continues into Wednesday every single Wednesday, boys and girls. You guys come see us next time. Peace.